For crying out loud, get out of my room, I'm playing Minecraft. Fine. Even though grades are meaningless, I suppose I could entertain you for a little bit. Anyway, I see I've been summoned to talk to the history class again, so today I'm going to talk about John D. Rockefeller. So first, I'm going to pull out his biography and read it. Who am I kidding? No one reads books anymore. Alright. Siri, Wikipedia, John Rockefeller.
Alright, here's what I got.
We truly are living in the future. Alright. So, on July 8th, 1839, in upstate New York, the eventual wealthiest man in modern history was born. When John Rockefeller was young, his father was often absent or misbehaving, and while his mother would struggle to keep the home orderly. If this sounds somewhat like the plot to Mary Poppins to you, congratulations. I hope your English teacher gives you good grades. For everyone else, come see this guy right here in this year's musical is Chimney Sweep number 5. Yeah, whatever you say, Chimney Sweep number 5. Anyway, Johnny learned how to work hard from his mom and got a good deal from his dad. He was a young, studious, intelligent, religious, and musical boy. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Early life stuff. Scroll, scroll, scroll. His family moved to Ohio in 1853, and he went to Cleveland Central High School. When John was 16, he began working for Hewitt and Tuttle, where he was assistant bookkeeper. In fact, we could watch this part so I can take a break from reading.
Precision and order, cogs in a wheel, opening a ledger, writing details, accurate mathematics, spending the time, acquiring some nickels, pennies, and dimes. Gee, how can I call this work when I love it? And those 50 cents I earn a day sure are nice. I said it before and I'll say it again. My 2 goals in life are to make $100,000 and to live to 100.
Honest, I didn't know too much about this Rockefeller character before I started reading this, but I certainly like him. He reminds me of myself at his age. When I was cashiering, I'd also change the words to Mary Poppins songs in my head to pass the time. And, well, enough about me. Let's continue Johnny's story. What? No comments? Very well, I'll continue. In 1859, John Rockefeller pursued a role in the produce commission business where he became moderately wealthy. An abolitionist, John Rockefeller found himself aligned with the newly created Republican Party. However, he didn't fight in the war. Instead, he hired substitute soldiers like many other wealthy Northerners, though one of his siblings, Frank Rockefeller, did.
Dear brother, I am proud of you for fighting for the abolishment of slavery and preserving the Union. That's incredibly noble of you, and I'll be rooting for your success. However, even though I'm not there, I don't feel guilty as I'm following the preacher John Wesley's teachings. Gain all you can, save all you can, and give all you can. And God gave me money, and I will use that money to continue doing good. I do not pretend to understand what you are going through, as I can only imagine what it's like from an island.
Wake me up inside, call my name and save me from the dark. Bid my blood to run before I come undone. Save me from the nothing I've become.
The good work. Yours truly,
Also,
John.
in the middle of the Civil War, during 1863, John entered the crude oil business, as whale oil was growing more expensive. John, his brother William, and his other partners would later consume their competitors and improve the newly acquired oil refineries in order to become an almost monopoly. This continued throughout the 1870s and 1880s, where he was attacked by the press, but despite the criticism, his work made oil affordable for the middle class. The 1880s especially, the antitrust movement furiously attacked Rockefeller Standard Oil Corporation. For example, here's a poster from the mainstream media attacking Standard Oil. It's kind of funny how the Standard Oil is represented by an octopus, and it kind of reminds me of anime. And you know what? Never mind. Anyway, in the 1890s and the turn of the century decade, whatever you call the decade from 1900 to 1910, the antitrust movement grew more powerful, and in 1904, muckraker Ida Tarbell uncovered and exposed many of Standard Oil's shady practices, which made her lose her respect for the company. In 1911, Standard Oil was found to be in violation of the recently introduced Sherman Antitrust Act. It was split into a copious amount of companies, which included Chevron, Exxon, and Mobil. And due to the fact that Rockefeller owned 25% of Standard Oil stock, he received proportional stocks in each of the companies. In short, even though his monopoly was no more, he continued to profit off of the oil company, which happened to flourish and the wealth skyrocketed. Then the boat sank. Spoiler alert for the Titanic. And Rockefeller had nothing to do with that, at least not that I'm reading of, so let's ignore that part. But then World War I happened.
Says this is my last resort. Suffocation, no breathing. Don't give a come on, you're bleeding. This is my last resort. Cut my life into pieces. I reach my last resort. Suffocation, no breathing. Don't give a if I cut my arm bleeding. Do you even care if I die bleeding?
He didn't really play a role in World War I. I just wanted to make that joke again. That's all. However, some of his donations did help those affected by the war. Rockefeller was a charitable and religious man that lived a fulfilling and happy life, even overcoming depression in his 50s. In fact, he was told by his preacher to make as much money as he could, and he should give away as much as he could. And he studied the Bible every day. In fact, in his 20s, he worked as a Sunday school teacher, clerk, and janitor at the Erie Street Baptist Mission Church. In addition, he started foundations, universities, and he donated over 10% of his income. His funds played a big role in curing hookworm and yellow fever. Anyway, John D. Rockefeller died at the age of 97 years and 10 months old, the wealthiest man in history. American man in history. The Mansa Musa doesn't count. No, it wasn't Mansa Musa. It was the king of Timbuktu. I don't even know anymore. I'm not as smart as I seem. I'm just going to continue. If you adjust for inflation, Rockefeller was 4 times wealthier than Bill Gates as of 2016. Unfortunately, he only achieved one of his major life goals due to the fact that he didn't live to 100. However, I only told you the basics of Rockefeller's life, so if you're interested, maybe actually pick up a book about him and start reading. Or not. I don't really care. I'm not paid to be a teacher. If he shows up on a test, you're probably just going to have to remember the Standard Oil stuff, none of the extra stuff. In conclusion, if any of you are future Broadway writers, I'd like to propose an idea. How about a musical about Rockefeller in the same vein as Hamilton?
How does a middle-class, quiet son of a con artist become the #1 wealthiest philanthropist? Something, something's a something, something, something. John D. Rockefeller. My name is John D. Rockefeller.
Now that I think about it, it's really not that good of an idea. Anyway, that took way longer than I thought, so I guess I can't play Minecraft anymore because I have one more thing on my schedule that I have to do, so thanks for that, Alex. I was being sarcastic, you dimwit. Didn't you hear? They're making a live-action Sword Art Online, so I have to audition for Kirito. First, I need to find time to submit a video audition, so I'm going to do that right now. And then I can... No, don't play it right now. The cool kids are going to, and the girls are going to think it's nerdy. Hello, Hollywood, and the creators of live-action Sword Art Online. This is my audition for the role of Kirito in the new Sword Art Online live-action series. Dare disrespect anime? Hope you find a good place to hide, Baka.
Anime sucks, you weeb.
You're going to regret saying that. It's going to take more than that to beat me. What do you take me for, a novice? Crap.